Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today, or really late in the afternoon, which is why I had to change my camera angle because the sun is washing everything out. What I have for you though is comforting and cozy scents for September. I have a double-sized melting basket box here because there are just too many good things to talk about. So let's just dive right on in. First off, I've got apple cherry strudel, which is one of my all-time favorite scents. This is in my club, and this is a perfect early fall bakery. It was in the catalog for quite a while, and it's got apple, it has cherry, and it has that nice strudely pastry quality. Little bit of spice, and it's just so good. It's nice and strong, not super long lasting, but in every other aspect, this is just a 10 out of 10, and I keep it in my club and will for forever and forever. So the next one that I have here is sort of a runner-up in that category that they also just retired this fall-winter season, and that is Cran Apple Crumble. This is so good though, you guys. So this is apple and cranberry. It has some whipped cream, it's got some nutmeg. This one's a little bit deeper than the apple cherry strudel. It lasts longer. I think it has more layers to it. So there is a forward fruitiness in the first few hours of melting. And then especially if you leave it in for a day or two, you're going to get more of the bakery, the whipped cream, and the spices much farther on into the melt. And it's just so nice. So these are a couple that I think of as specifically September appropriate. The next one here is Good and Weird Apple S'mores, which a lot of people really enjoy. This is one of Scentsy's stranger concoctions. It's extremely strong. So it's got cedar, it's got apple, it's got marshmallow, it has coconut milk, and graham crackers. But it's a very comforting scent, and it's one that you sort of learn to crave as you've melted Scentsy for quite a while. This will pop up in a flash sale here and there, and it's really nice. Now here's one that I have been so happy has been in flash sales and updates of all kinds in the last couple years, and that is Breakfast in Bed. This was in the catalog for a long time. This throws so well, you guys. So if you see this in clearance, it's a delightful pumpkin, Danish, raspberry, croissant-y kind of a thing with a little bit of cinnamon sugar and drizzle. Oh, it's so good, you guys, like a frosting-y drizzle. This is an excellent bar, one of the best performers in bakery that I think Scentsy created for fall winter of all time. So it's not in my club, but the raspberry and the pumpkin and the Danish scent here just carries this for hours and hours, good and strong. And when I can get it, like I said, in any of those sales, I scoop it right up. Now here's a smell that many people were very sad about losing for this season, and that is Autumn Hearth. This is what I think was Scentsy's best apple cinnamon scent. We have others in the catalog that are really good, but this, now retired, had more of a smoldery cinnamon, tonka bean, sort of an embery quality, and lots of apples. And it's perfect for a chilly September day. Oh, Autumn Hearth, one of my all-time favorites. It's really good, and I do kick myself that I did not club that one, but it is what it is. Another one that's in the apple vein that is so cozy is Orchard Apple and Spice. This was first one of the harvest trio bars years ago when we only had 3 when it came to LTOs, and then it went into the catalog for a bit. This one's apple and cherry and wood, so it's very orchardy, and it's really, 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 it's not cozy as much as it is a comforting smell. I love this, and it is a perfect early fall, or August is now over, but I will also melt this one in August. Really good smell. Next one I've got here was the August scent of the month last year. That's going to be Honeycrisp Harvest. This is a very nice bar. It's a little more low-key. It's kind of apple body care with a little bit of musk, and it doesn't throw super strong for me, so this is a bedroom melt, but it's nice. I picked up a couple of these in a sale recently. The next one in my double-size melting box is Apple and Cinnamon Sticks, and this is currently in the catalog. I did just melt this a couple days ago, and it's a good smell. Many people will be happy with this. The performance is very nice. It's long-lasting with white oak and cinnamon stick, and a little bit of a white pumpkin, which is an interesting addition, and all the apple. So it's more potpourri-like. It's not super sweet compared to like the Autumn Hearth that's now retired that had that sweet smoldery apple cinnamon. This is a different animal as far as apple cinnamon is concerned, and people really like it. Now here's the one that is in our Harvest 5-bar bundle that is the new apple smell. I wasn't sure when I was just sniffing it on cold if I would like it, but Apple Harvest Dreams, it is really good, you guys. And I have to figure out where I'm going to put my coffee because all my table and arrangement and everything is not where I really want it to be, but there's no way I was filming over there. It was just a complete bright spot of mess. Apple Harvest Dreams, though, oh, you guys, this has a wonderful, crunchy, outdoor leafy smell, a little bit of a forest canopy that's on the floor moldering, and then all the apple in a perfect way. The way that I decided to phrase this when I put it on Facebook for all of my family members and close friends is that it's like apple spice season, a went for a hike. It's so good. So this is one where I'm probably going to put this in my club so I can get a few more of it, and it's kind of one where I would consider clubbing it for the long haul. I don't know. I'll have to see how many melts I get and how nicely they just fill the whole house. The one time that I did it so far, it was really, really good at a medium for 2 to 3 days, and I was very pleased. So the next one here, now we're kind of transitioning into the heavy bakery, which is so comforting for me in the fall. Stroop Waffle Delight. This is such a delicious scent. This is one that I hoard. It's in my club, but over the summer, they dropped it in clearance, so I got a few extras. This is the most decadent, very much a dupe for pecan and pumpkin pecan waffles at Bath & Body Works. It's decadent, it's buttery, it's heavy, it throws beautifully in your home, so saturated. And it was always a fall bakery scent when we did have it in the catalog, and that's worth like a Saturday morning melt with a good cup of coffee. Next one I have here was in our Gordy Goodness last August, and this is going to be Pumpkin Sticky Bun. Now this is kind of a nondescript scent. It is pleasant. I wouldn't say that it's at the absolute top of my pumpkin sticky bun list of scents, but because I had a few in my pile in the basement, and it's just kind of one of those where maybe you don't really want pumpkin cinnamon swirl, but you want something kind of like it, I'd reach for this. I figured I'd throw it in here because this is a good like a Monday morning melt while you're doing paperwork and don't necessarily want to use your very best bar because your mind is caught up with other things. But it's comforting. Now the next one, I am so excited that this made the catalog. Spooky but Sweet. I love this. It's good and strong. It's a wonderful performer in my house. Nutmeg and this gorgeous saturated candy fall smell. It's got maple, almost like a taffy. Oh, it's so good, you guys. This is a top 10 for me for all of the LTO bars, especially scent of the month that we've had in the last couple of years. And then this September's scent of the month is Frights and Delights, which is more little ghosts and candy type things, but this is deeper. It's not quite as bright and sweet as Spooky but Sweet. This is more of a darker stage caramel, and it's got some woodsiness, and this one I think would make a great mixer. This is a bit more of a background scent. I've loved melting it. Ordered a couple more in my first September 1st order with party closeout credits. So good. So good. But there's a difference in the level of intensity and kind of what stage of caramel. So this one is a little bit more chilled out than Spooky but Sweet. Now here's one of my all-time favorite bars. I did not manage to get more when they did the clearance update on the 1st. I got up at 4 a.m. I guess you needed to be up at 3 a.m. to snag this, and that is Toffee Butter Crunch. I have a couple left. One of my all-time favorite buttery and toffee smells because it's got walnuts in with all the toffee. Oh, this was so good. This was in the catalog years ago, and anytime that I can get more, and I never should have taken it out of my club. I never should have done that. Anyway, if I can get more, I do really try because this is an excellent scent. Next one is Frosted Cinnamon Roll. Now this was, I believe, the September before Spooky but Sweet, and we all thought it was going to make the catalog. This is a really good bar. It's not as pumpkin-y as Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. It's not as frosting-y and candy-ish as Spooky but Sweet. It's a really lovely cinnamon caramel roll. And I wish that this had been in the catalog or that I'd been able to get maybe a stack in clearance recently. A few people have taken pity on me and mailed them, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and when I melt that, I just do it on a day where I'm concentrating on what I'm warming because I don't have that many. Oats and honey. Now here's a happy one that was just in a clearance update. Oh, you guys. This is such a good bakery bar. This one has golden oats, a little bit of honey, and tons of golden brown deliciousness. That's something, the GBD factor that Patricia Gates nailed years ago, and it's such a good explanation of a perfect bakery bar, which this is. So I think I got 6 of this, and I am so excited to melt that more freely. Because for me, with as much wax as I've got, if I can get between, if I'm really extreme, I'll get 8 of something, but 4 to 6 of any bar, I'm good for a long time. So let's move on here. The next one, this is one of my daughter's favorite bakery smells, apple and oats. And you want to talk about cozy and comforting for September? This has grown on me, but compared to the last bar, which is just oats and honey, which has that golden brown toasty oatiness, this has that little bit of Scentsy oatmeal scent, which to some people can read a little sour and funky. To others, it's fine. Like Cozy Kitchen would have that kind of a oatmeal also. This is probably the best of all the funky oatmeal bars, and I have grown to really like it. I'd say between this and the last bar, this would be like a 7 on scent appeal for me, and the other one would be like a 9.5. But this is a good bar, and the addition of the apple and the fact that my child loves it, it just makes it a happy thing. Here is a good one that I'm so glad I had kind of a second chance to throw back in my club. Pumpkin tiramisu. Now to me, this would also make a really good November bar because it's not pumpkin forward. It's creamy, it's decadent as all get out. This, and I didn't put a bar of apple butter frosting in here because I'm going to need a club shipment. I think either I lost the bar that I've got left, I swapped one with a friend for sure, but I think I'm absolutely out of apple butter frosting. But this and apple butter frosting, alternate warmers, you want the most creamy, decadent, delicious, any time of the year just gives you a hug, Scentsy bakery combo, those two. But I have a lot of pumpkin tiramisu left. So this has brown sugar, it's got pumpkin, it's got a mascarpone whipped cream sort of a thing going on. It is so good. And it's just comfort and coziness in a bakery bar because of the decadence. That's what makes that one so nice. Now here's one of my all-time favorite scents. But now that I have so much wax and so many options, I forget to warm it. And that is Cozy Chai. This is my top favorite scent, really, although I never warm it. And then when I do warm it, I kick myself. It's my top favorite scent other than Cozy Spice. I'm not Cozy Spice, Cozy Fireside, because it just does all the things that I love in a good bar. It's spicy, it's dense, it's warm, it's got that sort of wonderful milky, almost gingerbread latte chai quality to it. And it's an excellent performer, very consistent for several days. One of my absolute faves. And I forget to talk to you guys about that. I really, really do. Here's one from last year that was also Gordy Goodness, and it's a good bar. This is Spiced and Spirited. I did not keep this in my club, but I have several. This is like the most decadent, deep, boozy brown sugar smell. I love it. I know there's supposed to be pumpkin in here too, but I get brown sugar and booze. And it's just, I don't know, this is that deep, decadent, almost later fall kind of smell, but I have so many bars that are pumpkin-y and rich and delicious that as I was sorting things on Labor Day, I was just sorting wax. I think my husband thought I'd lost my mind, honestly, just sorting and trying to narrow it down, which is why I'm using my double-sized general store box. If you guys watch me, you know I usually use a little box for narrowing what I really want to melt in a month. And I have got like more than double the wax for this video because there's just too much good stuff for fall. Oh my goodness. And then by November, you're blending fall with Christmas, you know, so we got to do all the things. Now the next one, we all knew eventually this was going to retire, and that is Autumn Sunset. And this is a bar you could melt anytime in the fall or even early winter. It's a deep, beautiful, old school, spicy scent. It's got pumpkin, it's got cinnamon sticks, it's got deeper layers of what I would consider like very 80s or 90s potpourri spices. And then to me, on the bottom of this, there's a little bit of really deep, dark, dried berries, like a pomegranate or a really, really deep mulberry. It's not in the notes, but I always tell you about it. Maybe it's just a color that has tricked my mind for years, but this performs so well. And it's like the fall version of Welcome Home too. So, oh, it's so good. The next one here, I'm so glad I still have this in my club. And I decided that I wanted to put it in my September rather than October basket because it's a lighter pumpkin scent that's also got a lot of apple. And that's going to be Farm Stand Pumpkin. Love this. People always complain that this is not a great performer. My house is small, my rooms are reasonably contained. So I find this one to just make me happy. It's a happiness bar. It's comforting. It's got caramel, it's got apple, it has cinnamon stick and pumpkin. And to me, it just has like a sweet, almost hayride kind of smell. We now have several scents that have hay notes in them for real, but I still think that this one captures the sweetness, and it must be the caramel, of being in a haymow when I was a kid. So love that. Next one I've got here, this is also current in our 5-bar bundle for harvest. This is spiced pecan cream, or creme if you want to be fancy, because it does have an accent over one of these. So much of what we call bakery right now is not Decadent Licensi. You got to go back into your club or get something in a flash sale. This bar has real decadence, and I'm very happy with it. It's got walnut, it's got pecan, it's got creaminess, it's got that wonderful buttery richness that you want in a Scentsy bakery bar. I hope the rest of you like this as much as I do, because this is exceptional and probably going to go in my club. Really, really nice. This will be a fabulous bar for October or November also. So next here, I only have a few of these left because I also had to pull from my club at one point. This bar I'd just gotten stacks and stacks of, but now I don't really want to get rid of what I have left because it won't be all that many eventually. The 3 Thumbs Up bar from the Haunted Mansion. This is such a good, creamy, it's pumpkin spice bakery, but it's almost more like pumpkin bread. Oh, and it's so good. And this goes right along the lines of apple butter frosting or the pumpkin tiramisu as far as it's rich to me. Some people only get bread. I don't get like wheat bread or white bread. I get a pumpkin, almost like a quick bread. But there's just, I don't know, there's something here. It is such a good bar, and I will regret the fact that I pulled this from my club. I think I did it last year, but I was just getting to stacks and stacks where it was out of control. But it was so good. So this will be for a cold, cozy day. Next one that I have here, this, I am so thankful that I have a friend in Canada and that she is so generous. Robin last year swapped me a few things for some Maple Peak, which was an exclusive bar that only the Canadians could get. This is so good. This is like a marshmallow and maple smell. It is out of this world. And I thank you, Robin, if you're watching this, that you swapped these with me, because I know these are like gold to you. It's so good. So if you can think of apple s'mores and take out all the weird and just leave sort of like a marshmallowy maple base, that's this. It's a fantastic bar. I can't wait to melt that. So I might even hold on to that until October, but we'll see. So then switching gears to something that's a little bit more fresh and a little bit more masculine, because we can do all the apple, we can do all the pumpkin, we can do all the typical things for September. But sometimes even I, which I love all these smells, sometimes though I get a little weary of the typical. So vanilla suede, I just picked up a few of these and another one of those clearance updates. They have been knocking it out of the park lately with the clearance update bars. This is just a really good warm smell that would be any time of the year that you wanted something comforting. But this is pitch perfect for September. So it's got suede and it's got a little tiny bit of spice and a lot of vanilla. It's so nice. It's masculine in the most comforting way. Like you just put on a big fuzzy sweater and you want a big mug of tea to go with it. So then I thought I would do a few things that are more fresh, because there are days, I live in Michigan, so September can either be sweltering or it can be especially chilly. So on a chilly day, red cedar and sage, this is not my favorite bar all the time, but occasionally I'll crave it. And this, man, I'm not even sure exactly what's in here. There is definitely a cedar note. There is a sage note. I'm wondering if there's some amber. So it's masculine and musky and woodsy, but it's not really a cologne. It's more like a candle. Like there are certain things, especially by Yankee, that remind me of this. They have a couple of cedary and sagey smells. And this is right along that, and good. It's good for a day when you're craving something different. From our Wildflowers and Wild Horses collection, the Wildflower and Sage, this would be a good bedroom melt. It's beautiful with sage and just a little bit of like meadow floral. Oh, so pretty. And I liked it much better on warm than I thought. So this would be really good for a day when I just don't want the typical thing in September. And then last year we did this whole, oh, I feel like there's wax on my nose. This whole Lord of the Rings thing and just Shire Sunrise. This is a perfect September bar. This has a little bit of sweetness and woods and maybe even a hint of apple. And it's green, but it's early fall woody too. It's so good. Oh, love this, love this. So I need to melt another one of that. And then good old Blue Sage and Tonka. I love this bar. I have since taken this out of the club because it was my older daughter who was the devotee, and she's really not melting very much at this point. She's out of the house too much. But oh man, this is another one where it's just good for fall, but atypical. So it's got black sage, blue sage. No, it's a blue sage. Blue sage, black lavender, and tonka bean. That's what it is. Really, really nice. It's almost androgynous. It's not exactly masculine or feminine. It's more masculine than not, but it's just a mysterious bar I've always really liked. Peaks and Pines. This was in our Harvest collection a couple years ago. And so this is like almost winter, but not quite. This was such a good smell. I got quite a bit of this last year and stocked up on it. I think I have a fragrance flower I haven't opened yet, and maybe some other products in this scent. Oh, this is so good. And I'm just looking forward to probably very end of September, throwing this in the warmer when I'm craving something woody. And, you know, it's not really Christmas pine trees time yet, but you just want to kind of go in that direction. Oh, it's so good. I don't even remember the notes, but this is one of my favorites. And then here's a masculine bar I keep in my club, only for me because the family hates it. Hendrix. Oh, this is like pink pepper. It's got tobacco. It's got patchouli. It's got all sorts of just complex, really deep notes. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice and strong. Never coming out of my club, even though it's one that I kind of have to melt on the sly or they complain. So then let's move on here because we're only up to 22 minutes. We can make a 30-minute video, right? So then a good old apple spice season, which you guys hear me talk about over and over and over and over and over again. This is more typical, but I'm going to melt a ton of this in September. It's just the happiest apple pumpkin whatever ever. I love it. Oh, it's just such a good bar. It's such a good bar. So the Apple Harvest Dreams, like I told you, I'm going to have to do several melts and see. Do I like this the same way that I like Apple Spice Season? It's just a woodsier version, but man, this one's just not as nice in the clam. You have to warm it. You have to warm Apple Harvest Dreams. It comes alive that way. Good old caramel apple craze. You cannot have September and October without this bar. Strong, perfect. Go to the fair, go and get yourself a caramel apple, and then you've got to go and try one of those ridiculous games where you have all the tickets and you can never, put the ring around the, what is that, the little bottle, and you can't get the ball into the hole and, whatever. But you had a good time trying, right? Oh, this scent reminds me of that. Caramel apple craze. And then here's one of the new ones that is so nice, and we can melt this all fall, winter. Frosted marshmallow, and this would make a good mixer. Oh, it's so good. It's got this beautiful decadent marshmallow, a little bit of cinnamon, and lots of vanilla creaminess. And it's a good one for what it is. I think you guys will be very happy. And just bringing up the rear here, I have one apple bar where the name of it makes me think I need to melt this at Christmas time, but it's really good all fall too. St. Nickerdoodle. This stays in my club. It is a bar I forget to talk about. It is the most beautiful apple strudel. Like, it really smells like a strudel. It's got the powdered sugar. It has the flaky pastry. It's got the simmered apples. Oh, guys, I hope that this comes back for something at some point. I know it's not in the scents of the season this year, and it's not in the bricks, but that is a scent that I think people miss. I would hope so. And then here's one that when I started with Scentsy, it was like the unicorn bar that nobody could get their hands on. Sweet plum pastry. It's so good. It was a one season wonder in the catalog. When I can put it in my club, I don't dare take it out. And this is like beautiful plums that have a sort of a crusty base, but something almost more like a puff pastry. And then those plums and all of their sugar and juices have just gone over the side of the baking dish, and they're slightly burned, caramelized. It's so good. It is so good. So that's pretty much everything. I do have a couple of smoky smells here, though. Good old Around the Campfire. This is now dearly departed. I got a whole bunch of it, scooping it up in clearance. Wonderfully sweet and smoky and sappy. Just gorgeous. And then last month, and I need to go check it out. One of my friends that's a consultant said that you can still get the Wild Flowers and Wild Horses collection. I thought that was leaving at the end of August. I got to go see what's going on. But Around the Campfire is more of a sweet, smoky smell, but the Silver Spur was more of like a Western wildfire with pine trees scent that I put in my club. I put 3 of it in my club for now because that thing just spoke to me. Around the Campfire is very nice too. And then I still have in my club Hollow Harvest from last year. And this is like jack-o'-lantern on fire with some sweet smokiness. And sort of an amber. Oh, this is good. And a vanilla. This Hollow Harvest, I am very surprised this was not in the catalog this year. It's so sophisticated. Oh, so good. I think most people of all 3 of those bars I was talking about, the Silver Spur, I think either you love it or you hate it. Around the Campfire, I think you either love it or you hate it. But there was something about this one. It was more crowd-pleasing. So again, I don't know why they didn't put it in the catalog, but it's safely locked up in my club. So that's pretty much everything. And I did grab a couple of things for the bedroom that are more in the plum and sort of purple vein, which again, I forget to pull for a melting basket and talk about. French Kiss, though, this is one of my favorite September smells. It's so romantic. So it's got fig, it's got coconut pulp, it's got really pretty brown sugar, and maybe a little bit of cedar. It's so good. This is such a perfect September smell. And then I just got out of clearance a couple of something called Country Plum, which is really cute. So this is sort of more like a plum and oak, almost wine smell. And I have other things by vendors that I think will, oops, it's a greasy one, go well with this. So I wanted to throw this in there to pair with that. And then I don't think I grabbed it, but World Traveler would also be really good with that type of a smell. And here's one, I love this. I forget about it. I never put it in any melting basket, and it's really good in the bedroom any time of the year. Plum and White Woods, when I was kind of pulling plum things. So pretty. This is so elegant. It's got the white woods. It's got more like plum blossom. So it's somewhat floral, somewhat woodsy, but in a very girly way. It's so, so nice. And then what else did I have? Ode to Opulence. This is a lot louder than the Tailored Plum and White Woods. This is like creamy with coconut milk and oranges and deep stone fruits. But it's also really, really nice. So I hope that that's enough wax. You know I'm not going to melt all of this, but that's enough wax to keep you guys entertained for the month of September. Cozy and comforting scents for early fall. I am just beside myself. I could have filled another, look at the size of this thing, you guys. It was all nice and organized. The size of that, I could have filled 2 of those with all the good fall things. So I promised you that I would do like a top 10 of my favorite bars, 10 that are in the catalog, and it's going to, of course, be more than that, and at least 10 that are retired, plus some favorite truly fall warmers in a spotlight, so like all the hardcore pumpkins and all that. So I'll do that like mid to late September, pulled bars for that. So some of the things I would have put in this, I wanted to save specifically for that, such as cedar cider, which, thank God, I called Scentsy Support this summer, realizing that it had disappeared from my club because they didn't bring it back this fall. Another one that I think I put into that top 10 or 12 was Autumn Blaze Maple. I love that smell. Love that smell. And on and on and on. And then, of course, I did pull some that are from the current catalog so that you guys have things to talk about for that, too. So I could go on and on and on, but You have to melt. The best bars in the fall. September and October are like peak melting season of the whole year. Christmas is great because of its specific nostalgia, but when it comes to more like a longer season, my favorites are always fall. So have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.